Dawa Darmola is being prosecuted. In fact, his trial is set to begin on February 2nd, and he's facing charges including death by auto. The president's address will begin tonight at 8 p.m. live from the Oval Office. The Paredes want to see that pavilion where their daughter was killed named in her honor.
So I'm driving over to hide out at Darlington County Park. We'll see if they can find me. There are 3 lakes there, so if somebody were to go missing, it could be dangerous. All right, so I'm hiding at the very back of the county park in the woods behind a building, and I'm wearing the device, and I'm timing how long it takes for them to get back here. And so far, I don't see anybody.
But when we showed them time-stamped pictures and video taken by witnesses, as well as police radio transmissions, the prosecutor later agreed that it was probably more like a 54-minute standoff between Sergeant Seidel and the responding officers. The problem police are having with catching and keeping this guy behind bars, they say, is that witnesses refuse to testify against him out of fear. He has been to court 4 times for charges against him, and every time he has walked. A direct result of Pix 11's undercover investigation into jitney buses. Police are cracking down. Over $14 billion was spent at small businesses on Small Business Saturday. And nationwide, drunk driving can be attributed to 1 in 3 fatal crashes. Distracted driving, 1 in 10. But that is not the case here on New Jersey roads. As you can see, NYPD officers are stationed outside a Planned Parenthood facility here in downtown Brooklyn, and this isn't the only one. Cops are also outside clinics around New York City and in Nassau County, not taking any chances after that deadly day-long shooting in Colorado. Hi, Tamsin. This here is 23-year-old Ruben Pizarro. This is who police are looking for tonight. He is from the Bronx, and that is where they say he committed most of his crimes, but he's also allegedly wreaked some havoc here in Manhattan. He has got a very long rap sheet, and police say he is on the run tonight.
Ruben Pizarro is probably our #1 enemy right now due to the fact that he has caused so much, so many shootings in the past.
23-year-old Ruben Pizarro keeps slipping through the fingers of justice. Charismatic, friendly, and deadly. Here he is on a Bronx street shooting randomly at people in broad daylight after getting into a fight. Fast forward to this November, he and others chased down his longtime enemy, shooting him dead at 9 in the morning. The victim, David Rivera, tried to get up, but eventually was riddled with bullets, his back against the wall of a daycare center. Parents and children bore witness. Then, just this past New Year's Eve, he holds this man at gunpoint, threatening to kill his whole family if he does not drive Pizarro to the Bronx. He did. Once there, Pizarro tried to rob and ended up shooting another man.
Ruben Pizarro is a charismatic guy. Ruben Pizarro is a guy that you could speak to like we're speaking right now, and when you look at him, you're not looking in the face of a stone cold killer. You're looking at the face of a regular guy that you would talk to on the street every day. Unfortunately, he's testified in the past and he's beaten everything that he's been charged with.
The problem police are having with catching and keeping this guy behind bars, they say, is that witnesses refuse to testify against him out of fear. He has been to court 4 times for charges against him, and every time he has walked. And he tried to kill the man you saw in that video there 4 times. That victim, too, police say, was too scared to give them information that would lead to Pizarro, and ultimately he was murdered by Pizarro in November. Police say again, if you know this man, if you recognize him, please give them a call, but do not try to approach him yourself. He is very dangerous. Live in Lower Manhattan, Christie Duffy, Pix 11 News.
Pix 11's Christie Duffy live in Elmwood Park, New Jersey tonight, where she witnessed some of these problems firsthand. Christie.
John, Tamsin, after what we saw with the Metro North tragedy, I know that what happened here today could have been a lot worse. I was here all afternoon covering this railroad crossing because it's been deemed the riskiest for car-train collisions in the entire New York City metropolitan area. But still, I never thought that we would see 2 near misses close to the tracks this afternoon. It started as a false alarm. The van you see here tried to cross the train tracks but got trapped on the wrong side of the gate.
I don't know.
Despite the warning, the train never showed up. But several terrifying seconds later,
Now there's cars.
another warning. This time, 5 cars are stuck, and the van is now blocking the only way out of danger. You can hear the oncoming train chugging down the track. A near miss, and for this dark blue minivan, a very close call.
This is why there's accidents.
And get this, just a couple hours later, it happened again. The crossing gates are down. This time, 2 cars are trapped inside, trying to nervously maneuver away from the tracks. Again, it was a miss, but residents that live within eyeshot of the crossing say they've heard the crunch of cars getting hit too many times.
I heard them. It's pretty loud. Like cars, get hit by trains, or these people usually get stuck like on the tracks,
Why are they getting stuck up there?
because there's a lot of traffic going on, like the lights down there, or it just gets backed up.
And traffic did get backed up onto the tracks this afternoon. A 16-wheeler had to reverse away from the crossing. Luckily, no train was coming this time. This crossing is located on Midland Avenue in Elmwood Park, and it's been ranked #1, the riskiest railroad crossing in the New York City region by the Federal Railroad Administration. There have been 8 car-to-train collisions here in just a 5-year span from 2009 to 2013. Some of the crashes in Elmwood Park have been deadly. Also making the top 5 list, 3 crossings on Long Island and another busy Bergen County crossing on Main Street in Ramsey.
And here you can see traffic is now moving just fine over the tracks. And I did see NJ Transit crews out here today. They were working on testing some of the signals. That's what they told me, at least, so that it could explain why we saw some of those false alarms where they came down, but there was no train in sight. I also talked to a New Jersey Transit spokesperson who says they are continuously working to try and make this and every crossing safer. He says all crossings in New Jersey run by New Jersey Transit are inspected every 30 days. So you can hear a train coming now, but the sentiment, and look, right behind me now, a car is getting stuck under the arm as it comes down. This one on the other side of the tracks trying to reverse out away from the train track. So as you can see, this happens quite frequently. And another K-turn. That's exactly what happened earlier and how those oncoming cars got stuck. Anyway, New Jersey Transit is telling me that they are talking about putting in another traffic signal further away. They have put more signals, lights, and signs to try and make this a safer crossing, but they're talking about putting in more traffic signals further down the block to try and avoid traffic getting backed up onto these train tracks. Live in Elmwood Park, Christie Duffy, Pix 11 News. Tamsin, John.
Christie, that's really remarkable. That happened right on cue. Have you seen it? I mean, I know you saw at least one. Has it been happening all afternoon?
It has been happening all afternoon. That's the 3rd or 4th time.
And then how quick the train is coming right back.
Yeah, that thing is steaming through. Thank you so much.